Hi, I'm Andrew Hart.
I'm Cal Moore. Today's September 15th. Welcome to BHS News.
Behind me here we have the side of the old elementary school, which as you can now see is being turned into a parking lot.
Thursday we started receiving rock for the new parking lot where the old elementary used to be next to the high school. So far we have received 200 tons and are expecting having to get more. It should be ready for use soon.
And now here's Kale with a special report on FBLA.
On Friday, September 9th, 62 Brashear students and 7 sponsors loaded on buses for an FBLA field trip. The group had been invited to visit MU to get a campus tour and information about how to select a college. After the tour and meetings, the group was treated to lunch at MU and then boarded the buses for the return trip home. And now here's a look at Monday night's school open house. The Brashear School held its annual open house Monday, September 12th. There was a guidance meeting for junior and senior students and their parents, and elementary had a book fair. After the groups gathered in the gym at 7 p.m., the faculty and staff were introduced, and students who had received high MAP test scores were recognized. PTS also was signing new members.
And now here's the current events class of this week's headline news.
Friday, September 16th, schools all across our nation celebrated our Constitution. Here at Brashear, members of the National Honor Society led the student body in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a contest where representatives of each class attempted to unscramble the words of the preamble. Winners were the senior class and the 8th grade class.
And now here's sports with Andrew.
Last Friday, Brashear hosted La Plata in a baseball-softball doubleheader. The softball team took an early 1-0 lead in the first, but lost that lead in the second when La Plata scored 3. After La Plata took over the lead, Brashear just couldn't find their way back. La Plata ended up defeating Brashear 8-2. For Brashear, Andrea Reeves was 2 for 3 with an RBI, Christina Scudder was 2 for 4 with an RBI, Kimberly Elsey was also 2 for 4, and both Haley Kelsey and Stephanie McKim went 1 for 3. On the defensive side of things, Shayna Russ started the game, and Christina Scudder came in for relief in the second inning. Scudder ended up striking out 6. The baseball team didn't fare so well against La Plata either. La Plata took an early 4-run lead in the top of the first due to a few walks and singles. After falling behind, Brashear never was able to work their way to the top, falling short in the baseball game with a score of 12-3. Ryan Ferdig went 2 for 2 in the game with a home run. Jacob Shipman went 1 for 2 with a home run. Andrew Linhart also went 1 for 2, and Kale Watson went 1 for 3 with an RBI. For defense, starter Kale Watson had a shaking outing and was relieved by Andrew Linhart, who went 3 2/3 innings, allowing no runs and only 1 hit while striking out 5. Jacob Shipman came in to finish out the game. Last Saturday, the Brashear Lady Tigers traveled to Schuyler County for the Schuyler County JV tournament. The first opponent for Brashear was Knox County. Brashear cruised to an easy 14-6 win over Knox. The next opponent in line for Brashear was Clark County, who was a bit tougher. Brashear had to fight back and ended up winning 11-8. The championship game was smooth sailing for Brashear. They took an easy 11-1 victory over Schuyler to win the tournament. This week, Brashear went to Atlanta for a baseball-softball doubleheader. The softball team started out strong and held Atlanta to nothing in the first 2 innings, but in the third inning, Atlanta scored 3 with a little help from Ahern's monstrous home run. Brashear gave Atlanta a scare in the 7th, but just couldn't get a run across the plate, so Brashear fell short 3-0 against Atlanta. Stephanie McKim went 1 for 2, Christina Scudder and Jesse Hill both went 1 for 3. Shayna Russ started on the mound for Brashear and went 4 innings, only allowing 3 runs. Christina Scudder came in for relief and went 2 innings and struck out 2. The baseball team just hasn't found their rhythm yet this season. They lost to Atlanta 13-2, with Josie Garnett's grand slam ending the game. Justin Hazen, Trey Treasure, and Jacob Shipman all went 1 for 2, and Ryan Ferdig went 2 for 3 with the only 2 RBIs of the game. Starter Andrew Linhart just had an off night pitching 5 innings, allowing 7 hits and 8 runs. Kale Watson came in for relief to finish out the game. With a loss to Atlanta, it makes Brashear Baseball's record 2-2, with the next game being against Green City at Green City on Friday.
Thanks for watching.
See you next week.